areas. Hold on. Okay. Just to warn you that the meeting is being recorded and that will be available afterwards if anybody would like to see it. What we're also going to do is, after we've interviewed everybody and everyone's explained what they're doing as a company, we will then give you the opportunity to meet each one in breakout rooms. And there should be 5 different breakout rooms. And if you want to meet Hussein, for example, or Laura from Control Risk, or Amit, or William Page from 1001, then you have every opportunity to go into that room and to have a conversation with them. Ideally, we'll be looking at any business conversations you want to have. There may be 2 or 3, 4, 5 people in the room, but feel free to go and meet them. And you can go from room to room. So you could meet all 5 people if you wish to, if that's okay. So I hope that's clear. That'll be in about 25 minutes or so when we've done the interviews. Today, I'm just waiting for one more member to log in, but so far we have Amit Agrawal, who's the MD of Martrade Shipping and Logistics. We have William Page, who is a VC lawyer and strategist at 1001 Media. We should have Mohammed Al-Jarad from Al-Qur'af, which hopefully he's there soon. We'll be having Laura Wheatby, who is the Account Director Business Operations in Iraq for Control Risks. And we will be having Hussein Ghazal, who is MD of DAX Construction. So a very good range. I would like to firstly invite Laura to take the stage. Laura, look forward to hearing from you. Thank you.
Thank you, Ashley. I'm just going to share my screen here. Presentation, if everyone can see that.
Yep.
Cool. So thank you very much. We're really pleased to have this opportunity to speak to all the members today. I'm going to speak about Control Risk, first of all, as a global company, and then a bit more about what we do here in Iraq. So as you can see from the screen there, we've got 35 offices all around the world, in all different regions, and we supply a huge and varied amount of service lines. So we're primarily a risk consultancy company, but we also cover kind of cyber and digital. We do business intelligence, investigations, litigation, political and country-specific risks, training and development solutions, resilience, ethics, compliance, and governance, and obviously security, which is our the biggest consultancy area that we're known for. We also have a crisis response team, so they sit in London and they deal with sort of kidnap, extortion, threat. They also deal with product recall recoveries and things like that. So that's actually how we started back in 1975, and then since then we've grown around the world. We also offer a number of different projects. So we've got our risk map series, which is to do with our kind of risk analysis, and we've just launched Spirit, which is it's an AI product that also deals with kind of our geopolitical expertise around the world. So there are a number of things that we offer. Specifically in Iraq then, so as part of the business, we sit under high risk managed services. So Iraq is the largest and sort of most established jurisdiction that we deal with in terms of operational and protective security services. But we do also have offices in Mozambique, we're in Ukraine at the moment, previously Libya, Guyana. So again, we do have that footprint, not just here, but throughout the region and the wider world. In Iraq then, our service lines are kind of physical security. So we do mobile armed protection teams and static guarding projects, as well as a number of consultancies. We work with a number of clients in all sectors. So we work across 3 regions, here in Baghdad, Basra, and we're fully licensed to operate in Kurdistan as well. We currently work with a number of other members. So for example, I could use Shell and BP as some of our oil clients. In Baghdad, we also kind of work across diplomatic areas. We have some development banks that work with us, as well as ad hoc business. So for companies coming in, we have permanent teams that are dedicated to different clients, but we also facilitate ad hoc moves. So anybody that's coming in for a business meeting, we can offer them the security teams. We also do sort of secure accommodation packages just for the clients that are using our teams. On top of that, we have a liaison and analysis cell. So all of our route management is done kind of intelligence led. So we have the Iraqi dashboard, which does statistical analysis of historical data of incidents throughout the years. So all the routes that we're looking at using, we are able to look at trends and what's going on in the operation picture. Yes, that's us as a whole, security service sort of services. What can we offer to other members? Really, as the market kind of diversifies and works towards the 2030 goals, you know, we're able to facilitate increased business in the region. So that's really important to us. And also networking and knowledge sharing throughout other members. I'm sorry, this is after that. We're also able to kind of, with that knowledge and expertise, I think it's important to remember that it's not just our local knowledge in Iraq, it is the wider business. So we're able to link other members to that. We also are looking at developing kind of our ESG and sustainability strategy. So working with the local community, we're looking at putting in sort of an internship or graduate program, which is something I'd like to develop. And yeah, that's it really. Have you got any questions?
Thank you very much indeed, Laura. That's great. I'll just to ask you, what would be a sort of ideal kind of client to you? Where are you looking particularly in terms of, if anyone's listening, is it government or just large companies, or what kind of clients are you currently interested in?
We're very diverse. So we have a lot of oil and gas clients at the moment. I've already mentioned diplomatic contracts that we're on. Also, we've worked with a huge amount of clients coming in and out on an ad hoc basis. So in the aviation industry, we've worked with those kind of people. Again, infrastructure and construction, we have other partners down south. So Al Machal we work with quite closely in Basra. But yeah, across the market as it diversifies and grows, you know, the main point is that we can facilitate that business. So we're very open to you know, new clients, whoever they might be, and if they're interested in talking to us.
Thank you very much, Laura. Hopefully someone will be in touch with you during this event. If I could go now to Amit Agrawal, if that's right. Amit, hello, you there? Who's the Managing Director of Martrade Shipping and Logistics. Hello, Amit, where are you today? And look forward to your conversation.
Thank you, Ashley. Good evening, everyone. My name is Amit Agrawal, and I'm Regional Managing Director for the Martrade Group, looking after Middle East and India operations. To give you a perspective of the Martrade Group, we are a German privately owned integrated logistics service provider, offering services worldwide, but primarily focused in Europe, Southeast Asia, Middle East, and Europe. We started in early 70s, almost 50 years back, as a niche shipping operator, specializing only in the steel industry. But over a period of time, we have expanded our service offerings to include door-to-door logistics services, as well as port and terminal operations. So right now we have our three main verticals. One is logistics and freight forwarding. The other one is shipping. And the third one is port operations. Now, in terms of port operations, we are present in Iraq. We manage two berths on Khor Zubair port, which is berth 8 and berth 9, and one berth in Qasr, berth 16. We also manage 5 berths in Ukraine, Odisha, which is not working as of now. And we also have we also manage one berth in Haldia, West Bengal, India, where we have a joint venture with Tata Steel. That's our port operations. In terms of shipping, we have got 3 shipping entities. One is in Germany, one is in Dubai, and one is in India. And again, in terms of shipping, we specialize primarily on project cargo, steel, pipes, and focus primarily on niche clients for the oil and gas and EPC contractors. In terms of geographical presence, we are present in the Middle East. We are present in Iraq. We are present in UAE, Qatar, Saudi, Turkey, and India. I believe in terms of Iraq operations, we are the only integrated logistics service provider who manage entire bit on their own. When I said entire logistics chain on our own, which means that we do the inland transportations at the country of origin. We also do the custom clearance and shipping with our own vessels. And then we also do custom clearance and port operations at our berths in Iraq, and also the last mile delivery in Iraq. So when it comes primarily to Iraq, I don't think any other companies have the strength that we have in terms of providing an integrated solutions. I mean, other freight forwarders can provide you services, but they would outsource most part of the activities to other people, whereas we can provide you as one-stop solution when it comes to Iraq. From that perspective, we are quite unique in Iraq. And in Iraq itself, we have been present since 1975, something like that, which is even before I was born.
Thank you very much, Amit. Just a quick question for me, if that's all right. I mean, where are you seeing changes in trade? Where's the expansion happening? What kind of goods, or what's the nature of the business, how it's evolving at the moment in terms of Iraq?
So in terms of Iraq, I mean, last 3 years, again, initially because of the COVID and then the election, and then there was no government, there was not much of projects happening. There were projects announced, but one of them signed, but were not executed as there was no authorized signatories to sign off on the budgets. That we are seeing in the last 6 months changing quite a bit. So a lot of projects is happening in Iraq. Projects have started moving on, and we are seeing a lot of demand coming on the project sides, especially from the oil and gas and EPC contractors. That's what Iraq. Also, one country in the Middle East which is booming on the development side is definitely Saudi Arabia. So Saudi Arabia, there is a huge demand with all these mega projects coming in. So I mean, these are the two countries where we see a huge growth. There is some growth in UAE as well. So I mean, UAE is the center of Middle East, commercial now center of Middle East. So obviously, we are seeing some growth in UAE as well.
Thank you very much indeed, Amit. That's great. If I could also move on to Hussein Ghazal. Hello, Hussein.
Hello. Yes.
Hello, Hussein is Chief Executive of DAX Construction.
Yes.
Looking from you, Hussein.
Thank you. Thank you very much, Ashley. Yes, my name is Hussein Ghazal. I'm a board member of DAX Construction Company. Originally, we are Azerbaijani company. We started our business in construction since 2006, and we have done some good projects in Azerbaijan, in Baku. One of them was in the Heydar Aliyev Center, which was Zaha Hadid was a designer, and the Baku Flame Towers, which is HOK, was a designer, and some other buildings which we have built in Baku. Just because of the confidentiality, I cannot tell, and we couldn't put it in our website. So after that, we did a ski resort, the first ski resort in Azerbaijan. We built that one. It's called Shahda Ski Resort. After those projects which we have done in Baku, we came to the Turkey. We entered the Turkey's market. Then we were awarded for this PPP projects, hospital project. We were awarded for 2 PPP hospital projects. One of them was in Ankara, Bilkent, and another one was also in Mersin. Very huge hospital complex. The Bilkent was almost one of the biggest in the Europe, with the 3,400 bed hospital capacity. It was we were doing EPC and SPV also, both of them. It was in our scope. For 25 years, we had a contract with the government, Turkish Ministry of Health government. And we have built in the Mersin Complex Hospital. And in 2016, we decided to move on and to go separately by our own self continue to the construction business. And then Dax construction started to move alone. And then we entered the Iraqi market. And as you all know, we are right now building Central Bank of Iraq, which is also Zaha Hadid was designer. And we have another investment in north of Iraq in Arbil, also is a golf course project. We are as a developer and as a construction company also over there. It's a 2 million square meter land, and with the 276 villas and with the 18-hole golf course. The first phase is already finished, and we are now moving on the second phase and third phase. And of course, the Central Bank of Iraq itself it's a unique, and it's in a different level of building, and in terms of the architectural, in terms of the so it's very sophisticated, very complicated building, very, very high standard. It has this building in terms of the security, in terms of the latest technology, and in terms of everything. So right now we are in Baghdad, and we are on the ground since 2017 till now. And then this is a brief. I can give information regarding our company, but for more information, you can visit our website. You can find a lot of other information about Dax Construction Company. Thank you very much.
Yes. Thank you very much, Hussein. Just quickly to ask you, I mean, obviously the projects you have are very large projects, but are there private sector ones you're particularly interested in, apart from maybe big iconic government buildings? Where would you hope for more business to come from in Iraq?
Actually, what we believe, I think this Central Bank of Iraq building, new building, this will encourage all other ministries and other governmental entity to build the headquarters, because this was the first like magnificent building which is happening right now in Baghdad and in Iraq. And so we are believing that after the finishing and handing over, we will see other new headquarters from the governmental entity, from the other ministers. But of course, in the meantime, we are open to discuss and to talk about the new projects, private projects also. We can, we are openly to negotiate with the new projects or in the private sector also. If anybody wants to have any projects, we can come. We are in the month, almost 2 weeks in a month. We are always all the time in Baghdad. We have an office there. We are going, coming. We can have a meeting, and then we can discuss further more information.
Hussein, thank you very much indeed.
Thank you very much.
And now I'm going to William Page, hello, from 1001 Media. Looking forward, I think you've got a presentation, haven't you, William?
Yes, I have. Let me just load that. Can you see that?
Yep.
Yeah, no problem. Well, first and foremost, thanks Ashley and Emma for inviting us to speak. It's good to meet you all. Good afternoon and good evening, wherever you may be. So my name's William Page. I'm Chief Strategy Officer and General Counsel for 1001 or Alpha Wahed. We're a global streaming platform that's hyper-localized and really focused on the Iraqi market and the Iraqi diaspora around the world. We launched just before Ramadan this year. We were one of the first platforms to launch in Iraq, focused on Iraq. And we had about 1.6 to 1.7 million users in our first month, which smashed our expectations. We're available on web, we're available on Android and also on Apple iPhone. We are now already, I'm pleased to say, the second largest OTT or video on demand platform like Netflix in Iraq, just behind Shahid, who are obviously a massive MENA-wide platform. So we're very happy with our launch. We've got about 2.5 million followers on social media, and I'm proud to say that we're actually sponsored and supported by Shahir, which is the first broadcast channel to launch in 2004, if I remember correctly. So the largest commercial broadcaster in Iraq. So we're very proud to have their support, and we carry all their content, which gives us an incredible local and international library. And because of Shahir, we are able to tap into an audience of 30+ million people on a monthly basis and thousands of hours of content. And also the social media of Shahir, which amounts to around 30 or so million people. So that's handy when you're trying to raise awareness of your company. In terms of MENA, it's a huge market for video on demand, and it's a very young audience, social savvy audience, and it's seeing significant year-on-year growth. And we are focused on producing our own original content in Arabic, in Iraqi Arabic. So we have many of our own titles, originals produced by us in our studios. And we also license content from around the world. We've got the largest Korean library. A lot of young Iraqis really like Korean content. So we've got more Korean content than anyone else, which we're proud of. And we've got a number of relationships with broadcasters and other things coming. We also just ran the first esports tournament in Iraq with the Iraqi Esports Federation, which was a huge success and got quite a lot of news. In terms of who we are, we've built our technology from the ground up. We've got a large tech team spread throughout the region, strong base in Erbil and in Baghdad. We've got our own content delivery network, which we help set up across the country. So we've got really, really good technology to deliver content. In terms of what we're looking for, well, to be frank with you, we're launching our subscription service in about 2 months' time. So we're primarily looking for commercial partners, people who have an audience or have a large user base or a large set of customers where we can add value to them and vice versa. And then the second thing we're looking for is we are raising capital. We're doing a small round of $15 million. So I'll be delighted to talk to anyone who has any interest in that. But fundamentally, we are an Iraq-focused telecom technology platform, and we're certainly achieved a good launch, and we're looking forward to continuing to grow in the Iraqi market. So thank you all. Look forward to hearing your questions. William,
that was terrific, and a lot of information there. Will your presentation be available? Would you be able to post it?
It can be a feature.
There's a lot to take in there. Words like OTT, which even I don't know what that means. But just if I could ask, are you looking for people? Do you take advertisers, for example? Would anyone like to advertise on your platform?
Ashley, thank you for pointing that out. I forgot to mention it. Yeah, that's absolutely correct. Yeah, so at the moment we're an advertising supported platform, but we're also launching a subscription. We are very interested in talking to any big Iraqi brands or advertisers who want to get their brand seen more widely. We've got a very young audience. We've got that 18 to 30 demographic really nicely covered. And of course, we can give you a lot of data around your advertising. So we offer really good value for money and bang for buck. So thank you for mentioning that, Ashley. That's absolutely correct. And I forgot to mention that.
And one other question is just about the nature of Iraqi society and its level of tech, because my sense is that there's a lot of young people who are using a lot of tech, and they're very tech savvy, and it's an underused capability, I think, or underappreciated. What do you feel about? I mean, how many people are using it, for example?
It's amazing. You've raised a good point. I believe, if I remember correctly, Iraq is either the sixth or seventh biggest country user base in the world for TikTok, which is incredible. I mean, they're bigger than virtually every other European country. One of our partners gets over 1 billion views on their YouTube channel from Iraq. And it is a bigger audience than Saudi Arabia and amounts to 20% of their entire MENA traffic. So the young Iraqi audience, they're very tech savvy, they're very switched on social media, and they're very, very knowledgeable about what's going on. So it's honestly, the way I view it, is a sleeping giant. And I think it really is. So thank you for mentioning that.
So I'm just having to send Mohammed the link here. Sorry about this. May I just leave a message to Emma? Could you send Mohammed Al-Jarad the link, please? Because he needs to get in. He's our final speaker, so we need to let him in somehow. So if you could bear with us just a moment, that'd be great. While we're here, if anyone would like to put a question up on the chat line, that would be very useful to anybody. I know that hopefully in a few minutes we'll be able to actually open boxes so that you can go and talk to all of these speakers. But if there's any particular questions anyone wants to ask, I'm very happy to ask it and do it via the chat box here, which should be at the bottom of the screen. It says chat. So if everyone's got that. The second thing is that many of you may be interested to know that we have, IBBC have a big autumn conference in Dubai, and it's on the 8th of December. We believe there'll be a very high profile group of members there and dignitaries. And we're also running an education conference the day before, where we have Lord Boateng, who is a very distinguished Labour peer, talking about education there in conjunction with GEMS, another of our members. So the 7th, if you're interested in education and training and skills, the 7th is happening at the Address Hotel, and on the 8th is our big conference with a reception the night before. So just to do a quick element about that. We have questions coming in here. Thank you. Question for William Page. Where has, you may not wish to say this, but where have you raised your capital to date? Would you consider the US market, they're saying?
Yeah, so to date we haven't needed to, because we've been supported and sponsored by Al Shakir. But we would definitely consider the US market. We haven't actively been looking at that market, but we would love to get some experienced US investors on board, because funnily enough, the US, I think, is our second or third biggest market, especially the Arabic diaspora in the US. So yeah, the US would be we'd love to speak to US investors. Thank you for the question.
Okay, super. Thank you very much. I think that's it for the moment. So can I ask whether has Mohammed Al-Jarad managed to get in yet at all? Emma,
not yet, no.
You sent him the link? Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay. Any other questions from anybody? Anyone? Any of the panelists like to say anything? Hussein?
I have a question, Ashley. Just I wanted to know, because everybody did a presentation. We also have actually the presentation of our company. If you want, I mean, we can share it later on, or on the platform, or so that they can, anybody can have a look at it. Is it possible or no?
To share your platform, yes. I think, for example, Colin Finlay has already put the DAX construction website up there, and I think we could post your presentation. Well, we could put a link in when we send a note round to everybody after this with the recording in. So anything you want to share, we can put into an email to everybody. We know there's a few on here, but we also have a lot who either didn't manage to turn up or missed it for some reason.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you. Okay, I'm just trying to send a note to someone else who's sending me notes here. Anybody, any other questions at all? Okay. Okay, right. I don't think we're getting Mohammed link in for any reason. Mohammed, are you there? No, I think not. Okay, so in which case, Emma?
Yeah.
Are you able to now open up the breakout boxes? So anybody watching can then go into the box 1, 2, 3, 4, or possibly 5 if Mohammed appears.
Of course, going to open the breakout rooms now for everyone.
Could you explain what they need to do?
Sure, you should see the option for the breakout rooms on the bottom of your toolbar. If you don't, look for the more options and click that, and it will have the breakout rooms, and you'll be able to choose freely between all the rooms. And I'm opening them now.
Thank you very much. I'd like to thank you all for coming. So thank you all. If I don't see you again, I'll be around in a room somewhere. So thank you. Look forward to, hope it goes well.